Thank you so much. Let's give a big thank you to Ms. Greco and the color guard. Let's give them a big round of applause. And we do recognize the staff members and the team behind making these assemblies happen. A lot of work does go into preparation, so it is very important that we give everyone our full respect and that we recognize the contributions. So thank you to all the teachers for preparing the blurbs and making your selections. Thank you to Ms. Seppel and Ms. Vieira for organizing all the work behind the scenes. A big thank you to Mr. Racinos and the media team. I mentioned it briefly, but we do have construction going on in our Scholars Academy Theater. They are upgrading our sound and our lighting, and the work was expected to be done during the April recess. However, as with construction, there's always delays, so the work was not complete, and we are missing electricity for some of this. So I really have to give a very, very big thank you to Mr. Racinos and the media team, particularly Makai, who's created an entire station right up front to make sure that we have sound and lighting for today's event and for tonight's event. So can we give them a really, really big round of applause? It was a lot of work. And a great example, since I'm speaking to 6th graders and 7th graders, of Makai is a junior now, will be entering his senior year and has become a staple in the school. We rely on him greatly, so it just demonstrates that there are opportunities here for you to give back to the community. We're very grateful for that, and it's important to set goals for yourself like that. I'd also like to thank and recognize Ms. Bell, Sheree Bell, and the Millennium Development Program. In particular, you may know her as Agent Langford, one of our safety agents. She also works in our after-school program as a dance instructor. So at the end of today's assembly, when we get to the performance, you are going to be seeing a performance by Millennium Development students, led by Agent Langford and Ms. Bell and the Millennium Development staff. So let's give them a round of applause. Very excited to see. It looks like a great show. Okay, and thank you for starting off as a great audience. It is now time for my speech. I do try to keep them short, but it is important for me to take the opportunity when I have all of you here to speak about some of the things that we value here at Scholars Academy. So for each assembly, I choose a theme. And we started, I think it was gratitude was first because we were right around Thanksgiving. The next assembly was Respect for All Week, so we did talk about respect. And this one was a little more open. There's a lot going on. This is a very, very busy time of year. It is spring, but we do have an important day coming up on Monday. It's called National Decision Day, and it is the day when our 12th grade students and 12th grade students across the entire country make their final decisions regarding which colleges they will attend in the fall. If they choose not to attend college, it is still a day that demonstrates the commitment that they're making, the decision of what they will do when they move on from high school. So that is what our theme is going to be around. It's around the idea of Decision Day and decision making, and it is about college and career readiness. Because at its heart, Scholars Academy was created with the purpose of preparing our seawolves for college and career. It's actually written directly in our vision statement, which is currently under revision, but the heart of it and the purpose behind it stays the same: to prepare empathetic and resilient scholars for college and careers of the 21st century. So though we are revising it to make sure that it reflects our current community and the changes that we have gone through, the basic premise remains the same from the time Scholars Academy opened its doors and well into the future. Our goal, as we have you here, starting at grade 6, starting at age 11, all the way up through grade 12, your graduation from high school, we are here to prepare you for college and career, for your life when you leave here. And at this time of year, our seniors, our 12th graders, are at the end of that journey. They're coming to the very end. Our seniors have now received their outcomes from their college applications. And I'm very excited to announce that 100% of students who submitted an application received at least one acceptance. Everyone was accepted to college. Let's give them a big round of applause. The acceptances themselves included some very impressive schools. Now, you don't have to go to an Ivy League school. The right fit is very different for each individual student. But our acceptances do include some very elite, impressive schools, which include Columbia, Cornell, the University of Pennsylvania, also known as UPenn. We had 4 acceptances there, which is a record. MIT, Macaulay Honors, and many more. And there is a reported scholarship total, which we know is more because they don't always tell us all of the scholarships that they receive, but a reported total of $5.8 million. Let's give our seniors a big round of applause. So it's exciting for us to celebrate them. But these outcomes are the result of years of developing and demonstrating charge behaviors, especially hard work, collaboration, and grit and growth mindset. On Monday, we will celebrate their accomplishments in recognition of National Decision Day, when they, along with seniors around the country, will make the final decision of where to attend college in the fall. Imagine that. That's a pretty big decision, right? This is a big decision they're making for the next step in their lives. Where will they study? There's a lot that factors into the decision. So in deciding for the theme, I thought about the significance of this particular decision and how all of the decisions that you make throughout your time here are significant, and how they contribute to your college and career readiness, how they prepare you for that final decision you'll need to make on the May 1st of your senior year. You start here in grade 6, and throughout grade 12, you will become increasingly more and more responsible for making decisions that impact your life and success. When you enter here, you enter as a child, right? You enter as a 5th grader, and a lot of the decisions are being made for you. But as the years go on and you start to grow through this period of adolescence, you become more and more responsible for those decisions that you make. We talked to you a lot about these decisions in the spring. We've already started, and we will continue to, because some of the decisions you make as an adolescent are about your safety. So for example, the decisions you make when you are engaging with social media. We had Richard Celestin come in and do an assembly about that. Your teachers are talking to you about that, your counselors. You need to make responsible decisions about how you use social media, using it in positive ways, and making sure you are not making poor decisions that could reflect on you or your experiences poorly. There are very direct connections to your safety, such as swim safety. We're getting ready for the summer months, so there will be an assembly this month by Sean Slevin, in May, talking about the importance of being careful around water, particularly in the ocean, making sure that you're safe. You also need to make decisions about substance use and abuse. There will be issues where you have to make decisions and make sure that you're saying no to things like vaping, drugs, alcohol. These are things that come up throughout your adolescent years as you become a teenager. The decisions that you make can be directly related to your safety and are related to how you go about each day. You also might need to make some smaller decisions, like if you have an after-school activity that you're involved in and you have a bunch of homework to do you stay up late to get it done, or do you make sure you get a good night's sleep? There are decisions that you're making all the time. Some of them will be small and some of them will be big. Some you may regret later, and others may be a source of pride. What I want you to leave with is to not shy away from the responsibility of making decisions. And please, don't be afraid to ask for help along the way. That's what we are here for. Your counselors, your teachers, your parents, your family members, your friends, a GLOW mentor, someone you trust. We're here to help you make those decisions because they will impact your success. So I'm going to leave you with this, a quote by Roy E. Disney. When your values are clear to you, making decisions becomes easier. And I think that that is a good transition to the rest of our assembly, where we will be demonstrating charge and celebrating charge, which are the values that we instill. And those values should help make your decisions easier.